This conference will now be recorded.
The town board will hold a public meeting beginning at 7 p.m. on Monday, July 3rd, 2023 at the town hall at 4058 County Road N. You can also join the meeting by GoToMeeting. We have a quorum present. The meeting was posted at the town hall and on the website. I'll call the meeting to order and we'll stand for the flag pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. You have the minutes of the June 19th meeting in your packet.
I would move approval as presented.
Second.
Motion by Williams, second by Duplay to approve the minutes for June 19th as presented. Any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Finance report and approval of bills.
I've had an account set up with them though. I can look.
Because I haven't seen anything come, so that's been a while. We just started some stuff really quick, so. I think the girl- I'll move approval of checks 36,438 and 36,457 be paid and EFT payments be issued to the amount of $21,885.
Motion by Duplay is second.
Second.
Second by Anders to approve checks 36,438 through 36,457 and the EFT payment of $21,885.20. You have the June per diem. Sorry. All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
And I'll move approval of per diems. Excuse me. Second.
Motion by Anders, second by Duplay to approve the June per diems as presented. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. You also have in your packet the unaudited cash and investment balance of $2,271,868.73. Anything else? All right, next item is public concerns. Public's opportunity to speak to the town board about any subject that's not a specific agenda item. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, how do you do this? Okay. Good evening. My name is Carolyn Clem, the village president of the Village of McFarland. I'm speaking tonight on an item that is on the agenda, but it is on the agenda for closed session. Just wanted to let you know that we have petitioned the DNR as the village to be part of the local negotiated agreement for the landfill this time. The Village of McFarland has not made this petition before. It's a relatively complicated process. I'm not sure anyone in the village even knew about the last time that we were doing this. Actually, it took us a while to figure out how to do it. The reason that we are asking to be part of the committee is because the village is close to the landfill right now. Village residents probably, the city of Madison has participated in the past and will participate again. The town of Blooming Grove has, town of Cottage Grove has. The Village of McFarland probably has as many or more residents as any of those communities who are affected by the landfill, particularly when there are issues of smell and the village is getting ever closer to the landfill. We anticipate that possibly during the term of this current local negotiated agreement, that the village would actually be inside of the boundary to be formally part of the local negotiated agreement committee. So we are asking tonight, as our residents are concerned, they've asked as the village what words can do to help them to mitigate their concerns. We've had quite a number of concerns in the past. And what we can do is to ask to be part of this agreement. We do need agreement from the city of Madison, from Dane County, and from you all here in the town of Cottage Grove. So that's what we're requesting tonight. Do appreciate your consideration of our request. And if at any point it's appropriate in your conversation to answer questions, we'd be happy to do so. We've always worked together, I think, as respectful neighbors, and we'd just like to continue that and to have a voice at that table. So thank you for your consideration tonight. Appreciate you taking up this item.
Thank you.
How close currently is the village compared to the Ring of Fire, so to speak, that,
Sure, so the way the rule is written, it's 1,500 feet from where the landfill is to be sited. We are not currently 1,500 feet from the edge of the property line that the county has acquired for the landfill. It is the exact location of where the landfill will be sited on that land is not finally determined because they don't have all their permitting from the DNR yet. We are about 1,500 more feet outside of that ring. So quite close for our closest properties. Not all of our properties, obviously the village is large. But, you know, for example, I live in the southernmost part of the village, right up against the town of Dane along the Yahara River and Lower Mud Lake. And when there are significant issues with smell, we can smell it all the way down there, which essentially means every single resident in the village is affected by that. Yeah.
what, with regards to the, again, you said you're about 1,500 feet out from the 1,500, correct? Is that what you're saying? If you were to enter that 1,500 foot radius, not that it truly, to me personally, makes any difference, but how much land would you have to take from the town in order to get that far? Do you have any idea? Maybe just second part of that same question would be how, or do you have lands that are currently under your purview, but not necessarily part of the town?
Sure. So there's no part of the village that's within 1,500 feet, which is why we are not automatically part of local negotiated agreement. Villages don't take lands from towns. We respond to annexation petitions from those.
I understand that.
Respond to annexation petition from those communities. So we're not in the business of taking anyone's land, but we have had quite a number of annexation petitions on our east side. And because we've had them, we anticipate that we're likely to have more. Because we have residents who are affected, we're asking for a seat at the table. It doesn't take anything from the town of Cottage Grove. So there's, City of Madison has 5 seats. The town of Cottage Grove has a seat. If the Village of McFarland were to be included in there, there would be 7 members on this committee instead of 6.
True, and I'm not, my question wasn't meant as a warning or a precursor to what my personal decision might be with having you when I was asked about the lands of the town. Do you currently have any pending annexation requests between us and you?
We do not.
Okay.
We do not have any pending annexation requests at all this time.
Okay.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Nice to see you.
Moving on to Plan Commission recommendations. Nathaniel and Martha Snyder, petitioners, landowners at 4300 Violet Hope Road, requesting a rezone of 0.736 acres from SFR08 to TFR08 to convert a single family home to a duplex. And Planning Commission moved to approve the rezone of the parcel to the TFR 08, noting that no RDU is needed for the second residential unit since the parcel was residential prior to the first residential blanket rezone in the town that occurred in 1987. And the comp plan says 81, but that was incorrect. And that motion carried 6-0. I don't know if Snyder's
There's
there.
one caller that I can't tell who it is. I don't know if that might be Nate.
If he is, I'm wondering if he has any more of an update on, the minutes say that they are planning to replace the septic system because it is not up to code. And I'm wondering if they would have a better handle on when they're planning to do that.
It would have to be accomplished prior to the county granting zoning. That would be a condition of
The counties.
Right.
For
Thank you.
occupancy,
yeah.
Thank you. That makes sense.
probably occupancy.
Yep.
And we had one resident that did speak in favor of it.
There's one across the road, I believe.
Right.
Then I would move approval of the same motion that Anders Klinger made at the Plan Commission to approve the rezone of parcel from SFR-08 to TFR-08. Acknowledging again that no RDU is needed for the second residential unit since the parcel was residential or is currently residential prior to the, and was prior to the first residential blanket rezone.
Second.
Motion by Williams, second by Duplay to basically accept the planning commission's motion. Discussion on that motion. Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Next item was Amy Miles, petitioner, Swalheim 2011 Revocable Trust. Dwayne and Candace J. Swalheim are the landowners. It's located at, it's lot 4 of CSM 16140, our North Star Road, requesting to modify the deed restriction on GC zoning to allow application for a CUP for outdoor storage. And the planning commission's motion was to revise the deed restriction on the lot to allow a CUP for outdoor storage to be considered. And I believe Amy is online. And
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
yes, we can.
Excellent. Good evening. Sharing my camera now. I'm here to answer any questions you have. I can do a quick summary of what the project is and what we're hoping to do in the town of Cottage Grove, or just answer any questions you have.
Just, could you give us just an update quick?
Certainly. So last week I was there talking with the Planning Commission about this Lot 3. It's actually Lot 3 at the corner of North Star Road there. So I am representing Equipment Share. That is a construction equipment rental company similar to Sunbelt Rentals. They are looking to purchase this property and develop that site to create a construction equipment rental facility. So what will happen there is construction of a new building that will consist of a showroom, offices, break room, things like that, and then also some work bays so that the equipment on site can be maintained and washed on site. The bulk of the property, though, will be used as an equipment laydown yard. So I'm not sure if you have a site plan. I can see the survey there, but there was a site plan presented to the Planning Commission that shows the size of that yard and the location of the yard. The intent is for that yard to be screened with some sort of opaque material. After discussions, after the planning board meeting last week, Equipment Share determined that they would like to start out with a wood fence of some kind. Thank you very much. A wood fence of some kind around that dotted hatched area you see, that will be the equipment laydown yard. So there would be wood fencing and landscaping all around that yard, irrigated landscaping so that it can be maintained properly, to provide some screening along North Star for that equipment storage.
So there's some equipment that would exceed the height of the fence.
Correct. That is correct. And the goal is, and what we have done in other locations, is to store that equipment more inside in the interior of the yard so that it doesn't seem as high right up against the fence. So it's not quite as visually obtrusive once it's out in the middle of that yard.
I forgot to ask, Amy, when you were here at the Plan Commission, your yard's going to be basically compacted gravel for the time being, for the most part?
That's correct. That's correct. It's a crushed concrete material. It's essentially dustless. And after some traveling and moving of the equipment on site, and especially after a rain, it becomes a pretty solid surface, pretty much like concrete. It just has some traction to it so that the equipment can move more easily. And, you know, paving it is generally not a great idea because a lot of that equipment will just tear up the pavement in a matter of months and we would just be repaving constantly.
So
Good question though. We didn't talk about that at the meeting. You're right.
it says the project will consist of 10 lots, 9 1 to 2 acre lots and 1 5 acre lot. What-
No, that's a separate.
That's,
That's a different one, or
yes.
which one have I got here?
You want to read the one that has PD2 on it?
Okay, there's just that.
Which one?
Yep, this is it. There's- Open that up.
Okay.
Is PB2?
Right.
Yeah,
Number 119.
that's the architectural and engineering firm.
Would you mind describing again what the fencing material would look like and how tall the fence would be?
Of course. The intent right now, design intent, is for that to be a wood fence along with landscaping, both that's required by code and as we think that will support the screening that's being done by the fence. The intent is once we have a plan, a more fleshed out landscape plan in particular developed, then we would come back to the town and work with them on that fence material, how it looks, and make sure that the town is comfortable with the screening we're proposing before any construction begins.
That would all be part of our design review process.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, renderings, we would provide renderings of how the yard would look from the fence with the screening, all of that, so you can get a good idea of what it will look like, or pretty close to what it will look like once construction is completed.
Mhm. Any other questions?
And it would be a 6-foot fence again, just double check.
Correct. That's correct.
Then I would move, again, the same motion that the Plan Commission had to approve.
Motion by Williams, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Duplay to accept the Plan Commission's motion to allow revision of the deed restriction on the lot to allow a CPU for outdoor storage to be considered. Any discussion on that motion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Next one is the Swalheim 2011 Revocable Trust. Dwayne and Candace are the landowners. It's requesting a rezone of 7.742 acres on North Star Road from FP1 to GC for 18.5 acres and UTR for 9.4 for a commercial business parks development. I don't know, is Dwayne on?
Unless he's caller one, I can't tell who that is.
The Plan Commission's motion was to approve the rezone of the 18.5 acres to GC and the 9.4 acres to UTR with the following conditions. All permitted uses in the general commercial zoning district would be allowed except daycare centers, indoor entertainment or assembly, and transit or tourist lodging. Only the following conditional uses could be proposed: contractor, landscaping, or building trades, outdoor communication towers, outdoor storage, transportation, communication pipeline, electric transmission, utility, or drainage uses not listed as a permitted use above, vehicle repair or maintenance services. None of the residential uses by conditional use permit could be proposed. The rezone will not be effective until a final plat and developers agreement are approved and fully executed. That motion carried 6-0.
Mr. Swellheim did provide what I have on the screen right now. He's done a lot of the earthwork already. This is a photo
It's done.
aerial view of what is already done out there.
Give me what?
What's that?
They've already,
He's done some earthwork. He's put in some of the ponds.
without approval of anything, or what?
He had approval from Dane County for the stormwater.
The stormwater is because he has those 3 lots already approved. This was like a regional stormwater area that included or was required for those 3. So the stormwater was part of those original 3 lots. The roads, not so much.
Are you talking about 8, 9, and 10, or 1, 2, and 3?
1, 2, and, well, there's 3 lots that aren't part of this proposal that were already approved. And one of them is the one you just talked about,
Okay.
Corner lot, and then there are 2 smaller
2
ones.
below. So
Okay.
they're actually, like, in the picture up here, they're the ones up here
They're the ones up where.
where my cursor is. If you can
I
see
didn't
that.
see your cursor.
I don't either.
Oh, that's weird. Oh, okay, hold on. Now you will be able to see it
Oh,
No.
okay.
up in the,
See it blinking.
it's this area up here.
Okay,
It's the
thank you.
Yeah.
So my question was, we are approving something that already has been started?
We started some earthwork.
Well, that's
yeah.
all I'm asking.
Yes.
And that's, okay,
I mean, the stormwater was approved by Dane County.
yeah, over in the other spot there though, right?
No, it's
No.
a regional stormwater, so it
regional
will serve those 3 lots plus these lots.
So he was holdings on that side of the creek. The road we have not approved, but it was his property. He could build a road on it if he wanted to. He just run the risk that we have to approve it at some point and be happy with it. With its location and its construction.
See that backwards L up there? That's the middle of that whole drainage area.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's helpful.
I'd make a motion to approve the Plan Commission's recommendation.
Second.
Motion by Anders, second by Williams to approve the Plan Commission's recommendation. Any other discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Next item is discuss and consider a Dane County Ordinance Amendment 2023-OA-010 regarding the definition of daycare centers. And the Plan Commission moved to support the amendment. And basically all it does, it changes, it goes from 8 to 9.
Right.
For the number of children.
I'll move approval.
I'll second.
Motion by Duplace, second by Williams to approve the Plan Commission's recommendation
Correct.
for approval.
Yes.
Any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Next item, discuss, consider approval of Deer Grove EMS Resolution 2023-01-0615 2023 ambulance capital purchase. I think Eric's online. Questions for him?
Eric said that this actually came from a comment that you made, Mike, about how important it is.
In the village is a go, or what?
Yeah, everyone has approved it, waiting on you guys.
It's the same situation. We could pull out of this if it's down the way, if it happens, you know, there's no penalty or everything, so.
Not
Okay.
not until construction starts sometime in 2025. Or we
Yeah.
need to buy a chassis, which all this should be smoothed out, I would hope, before then.
I would move approval of resolution 2023-01-06152023 ambulance capital purchase
Second,
For Deer Grove.
for Deer Grove EMS.
Motion by Williams, second by Fonger to support the resolution from Deer Grove EMS Commission 2023-01-0615 2023 ambulance capital purchase. Any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Next item.
Thank you all.
You're welcome. Discuss and consider potential Eagle Scout projects. We have our Eagle Scout is here.
Hello, my name's Tate.
Go up there.
Oh. Hello, my name's Tate Tepler of Troop 135. I was looking for some possible Eagle Scout projects that could be done the next like 3, 4, 5 months because I turned 18 in November. So I would need something I could get done before then and be able to do all the paperwork for it. And I heard possible things about park benches or the shed out there. And I'm just wondering if y'all have any ideas of something I can get working on.
And do you see any needs out in any of our parks for
I just brought up-
rehabilitation?
I just brought up the park benches or the picnic tables, stuff like that. I mean, other than that, there's not much else out there.
Do you have a count as to how many there are?
There's 4 right behind the shop. I don't know, every picnic table in the park, I mean, every park has at least one. There's probably a dozen of them out there.
Yeah.
to do what to them?
Wood?
New boards.
Oh, new wood. Yeah, the ones back here need to be shortened up also, but the frames are, you know, good, the metal,
Yeah, all the frames are good. They're all galvanized, so it would just be recovering.
that'd be a heck of a project.
It would be appreciated.
Mhm.
It'd be nice to have some benches also, some benches. I'm thinking of the Leopold style benches. I really like them. And I appreciate having benches in our park when I go there.
Yeah, you have a metal one in yours. And all the wood ones have been recovered in the last couple of years. So unless they're gonna build a new one, the benches are probably, the wood on them solid.
Very good. Okay.
So it's
Say, give me what is a Leopold bench? Now I'd like to know what that is.
I'm looking it up right now.
Yeah, there you go. You environmentalists, I'll tell ya.
I agree.
What is it?
It's a very simple design.
Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, that's a little bit too simple, in my view. I didn't see it.
So we would need to acquire the lumber. Able saw.
That's it. Yes,
Um,
that's it. It's very
We can
simple.
saw things,
but-
right?
Yeah, how this kind of works is that Tate would be the project manager coordinating with you all to determine which exactly what exactly you're gonna do. And then it's his job to assess the amount of wood and all that kind of stuff, and then to bring in his friends and fellow scouts to affect the work. And yes, they can saw.
Okay.
And other things too.
Would we have like a budget for this? Like, so like, would the town be paying for it, village, or would we have, would I have to be paying? That's
You
one.
had to raise all that money, didn't we tell you that?
I was just
What's in the
wondering.
park?
I'm assuming we still have some money in the parks budget.
You do. You had some allocated for, you have 50,000, I think, allocated for equipment, if you would count that as equipment, and you've only spent 20 something.
I think what you gotta do is you gotta go out and assess that on your own. And
And,
find out what the cost is, and then come back to us again.
well, let Dan know
Yeah.
how much lumber you would need. He could call and get the pricing on it, because we would get a town discount, we wouldn't pay sales tax on it. Whereas
So-
if you went and bought it, you'd pay sales tax.
Would I be making some benches and refurbishing the old ones, or?
I think what I'm hearing is you'd be refurbishing the picnic tables. And then you have to decide if you want to build whatever that bench is.
The old style bench?
The old Leopold, yeah. He's dead, you know.
So if I could ask a question, which parks are we referring to within the town, right?
Yes.
Not the neighborhood. So I guess Tate and Dan would have to coordinate that part of it and pick out which benches it are. I mean, if there's 12 benches, is the scope of that project too big for one Eagle project? Possibly, or?
Yeah, I think you need to tell us that.
Yeah, how many you want to do?
I mean, we could probably get like half of them done, probably, depending like how much long would it take, or like how much for each bench. So
Well,
by
usually-
refurbishing, are we like taking out the old wood and putting in the new wood, basically?
Yeah.
The frames are all in good shape,
Yes.
They're all galvanized metal frames.
so new bolts and.
Usually the first one takes the longest and they get easier as it goes.
There's actually 4 of them sitting down
Yeah.
here if you look out the
Oh,
window.
perfect.
But yeah, I mean, I would think a half a dozen would get a good start.
Well, and there's other Eagle possibilities coming up that could maybe bridge on to the second ones. Oh, yeah, those.
We gotta plant trees yet too.
Ooh, there you
Just
go.
thought about that.
If it rains.
I'm getting 4 for sure. Yeah, I haven't bought them yet.
The dirt.
I don't know how good the trees look.
Yeah, it is.
You want to plant them now.
Trees don't necessarily have to be an Eagle project. Those could be a troop project if you'd like to consider that too.
Yeah, we did that a couple years ago.
But we would need,
With the troops.
we'd obviously need guidance from a person of knowledge in planting those kinds of trees.
Mm-hmm.
We're not talking just little pine saplings or anything like that. We're talking trees. so.
Yeah.
Yeah, we usually get ones with a like 5-year-old tree.
Yeah.
With a bulb.
Off the top of your head, how long is that board out there in that picnic table? 8 feet?
I think they're 8-footers, yeah.
So they
You know,
count.
like I said, they're too big.
They could be short up to 6.
That's why they're
Yeah,
low in the middle. They should be shortened up.
So you're looking for 6-footers.
Yeah, I would
it'd probably be better.
probably say so. Not an expert. I'm not a Leopold guy.
The leaf benches will be the easy part, by the looks of it.
That's what it is, I suggested.
So I guess take your choice between either refurbishing the picnic tables or building several Leopold benches. And
But they don't all go to her parks.
no,
But what do we actually need? We need the tables in the shape they need to be done?
I mean, they all could use it, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's
I washed them
the,
all 2 years ago.
yeah,
They're all in need of it.
but he would work with Dan to get this
yeah,
going. Okay.
Tate, how would you feel if you did 6 picnic tables? Because they're all 6-foot boards. It's just a matter of refurbish
sure.
off and on. And then we'll plan on building 4 Leopold benches.
Sure. Sounds good. I'm just gonna, obviously it's probably not gonna start right away, but I also am gonna be gone the next 2 weeks, but right after that, I should be here until I'm gone the 27th to 30th. Besides that, I'm here the rest of the summer, I think.
Well, just fit us into your vacation.
Next meeting.
17th.
Meeting will be the 17th
Oh, okay, July.
of July. First and third Mondays.
Got it.
I'll be back by then.
Okay.
Tate,
And then I
can
might
get you
wanna
spell
add-
your last name?
Hepler, Hepler.
And then can I get your name?
Oh,
Wurgler, Wurgler, first name Tim.
Okay.
So there's 4 benches here. Where are the 2 other most needed
I
repaired
could,
benches?
I could gather a couple and bring them back here for you if
Oh,
that makes it
that'd be
easier.
awesome. We do all in one
Yeah.
place. And Tate, you should get his cell phone
I
number.
think I do
Yeah,
have.
yeah, you called me
or
already
email
once,
or
right?
Something.
Yeah.
And
John.
so we can put this on in 2 weeks and you can come back and tell us your costs and timeline.
Man,
Yeah.
Work?
I just, maybe, I'd have to get the cost done within like.
Well,
Well, cost is up to- he can get the
if
cost.
you
Yeah,
tell him
just-
how much lumber you
Oh, yeah.
need and the dimensions, he'll get you the cost.
Yeah, you just give me your materials list and then I'll get cost.
Okay, yeah,
That's easy.
Okay.
You just gotta count the boards on the table, really.
And
Yeah.
the hardware.
Yeah, and if you need hardware.
Bolts.
Yep.
Mhm.
And just in
35
my
boards.
quick search on the internet here, there are plans available free of charge for the Leopold benches with dimensions, so that'll help you.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly, I built the benches. I didn't know that's what they were called.
Yeah.
Never heard of that name before.
But she would know.
Yep, there you go.
Whatever you build, it would be appreciated.
Yeah.
It would be. Those of us that love picnics will really appreciate having better tables.
Sounds like a plan.
So is there a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Motion from Fogger, second by
Williams,
Williams to approve your Eagle Scout project for 6 refurbished picnic tables and how many benches? 4 for Leopold.
2, 4, whatever you think you can do. You got just a short amount of time here. You'll be in school soon.
Any other discussion on the motion?
Thank you.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Thank you. Next item, discussing and consider approval of using welcome sign funds to cover the cost of plantings exceeding the $300 approved on May 15th. We ended up doing the one on Ann first, and then we did the one out on BB by Dave Mule.
And the one meeting that I was at, there was no village reps at that meeting.
Oh, Chambers. Well, we have the money, so it's asking for approval to exceed that 300 and spent 271.80 on the first one and 284.62 on the second one.
I would move that we cover the additional costs with the money in the
Welcome sign fund.
welcome sign fund.
Second. Motion by Williams, second by Duplay, cover the additional costs out of the welcome sign fund. Any discussion on that motion?
Yeah, no, Denny
Didn't work.
is involved with getting he's not gonna be in charge of keeping them up though, is he?
He's watering them at this point. That's
Okay,
all.
because the one out by Dave Mule's never been taken care of very well at all.
Yeah.
Looks really good
No,
now.
I'm serious. Huh?
Looks really nice
We
now.
took
So
out
somebody
some-
is he doing that or?
He did it.
Okay, well, that's good. That's
We
good.
put-
We
he
took out-
took out some extra black dirt
Yep.
and Denny built a,
Retaining wall kind of
yeah,
out of river rock.
Okay,
out of river rock to hold it.
that's my only concern. We invest, $600 and then they're not taken care of. That's the only thing, because we take care of the one in front of our house, but
Yeah.
it's right there. I mean, it's not like it's the big
You don't have
challenge.
to go very far, do you?
No,
You see it every time you come home.
Yeah.
All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Next item, discuss, consider use of gift cards earned through rebates or purchases. We've got,
We currently have $35 in Cabela's cards and a $25 Visa card that we've gotten from rebates.
What did we do last time?
We gave some to the Boy Scouts one time.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
and I guess my question is, I'm wondering if we could give those to Dennis for the extra gas that he's
Sure.
spending and
Yes.
having to water
Yes,
so much
so
Might as
often.
well.
He does so much too. He takes care of the
this
veterans,
year.
saying, plant stuff out there,
Yeah,
weeds it, and does stuff. He deserves it.
yeah. Was that a motion?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Motion by Fonger, second by Duplay to approve sending the 2 gift cards to Dennis Bork.
It's actually 3, but yeah. A
3.
$10 and a $25 for Cabela's and a $25 Visa.
Okay. And I can bring you a card in the morning. All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Public Works Department activity, road right-of-way permit.
We had one road right away. I don't, they sent their insurance thing I saw.
Just waiting on payment
Okay.
and deposit.
MCI Metro, which is,
It's basically, must be Frontier.
yeah, it's Frontier. It's Intercon's gonna do the work. It's going down Gaston Road. They're basically running fiber to, what's his name's farm, Jensen's area there. That's as far as they're going. They're coming in through 7 area way, down Gaston to about Jensen's farm is all.
What's the purpose of that?
They're hooking up to a line that's already exists there. So. And it must be something to do with that tower, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they look pretty basic in that we ended up, what, $1,200
Deposit
deposit and roughly about $975.
$945 or something.
$945.
and permit fees on a $1,200 deposit.
They were only gonna have a few pads, not very many pads, so. That's the only one we've had.
Okay.
Which tower are you talking about?
The silo.
Silo.
Oh, okay.
And then I had talked to Brett Fish, so we're doing the parking lot next door, repaving, and our sidewalk in the front has sunk so much that the water sits along the building when it rains. So now in order to get it back to grade and up to the door levels, I talked to Mr. Fish about leveling the concrete along the front of the building, mud jacking, yeah, $2,450 it cost. So my proposal is we just pull it out and blacktop up to the building and get rid of the cement.
Sure, why not? Makes sense.
Yeah, it's about $500.
Yeah.
I'd rather spend the 2,100.
You know, it's a diesel for the loader to pull it up.
I'm just kidding.
We'll have it out in 30 minutes.
No, that's what I'm saying,
So,
yeah.
yeah. That's what I would do. When I've thought maybe $1,000. I didn't think it was gonna be 2,500, but I guess that costs a lot to do, so.
Yeah. How are they doing the restoration work?
Good, they're across Ridge Road now, or they're across BB now, so they're out in Ridge area, going towards Kurtz in that area. They've missed a few spots. I pulled them back a few times on up off now. They had one that sunk out of sight, and I don't know how they missed it, but I think they got that one fixed up now too. There's still a couple of wheel rut issues that I want them to look at, and I don't think the guy's seen it yet, so now I mowed it, so now you'll really be able to see it. It's really rough, but it was really rough in the tractor.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm staying on top of them. They're still working.
And you have paving going on.
Starting Wednesday. They'll probably be starting on Vilas Hope is the way it sounds. So. And Thursday, we're putting in a single cow culvert finally.
Thursday.
Yeah. But it shouldn't bug anything because I don't think there's any summer school this week. So.
Right, there isn't.
So, and then the guy at Nelson Bus said it shouldn't be an issue anytime this week, so.
Single call, that must be where McFarland's gonna annex our next, oh, I don't want to talk
No,
about it.
not even close to
That was
that.
a joke.
We have by 12 and 18 on
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
It's a big one.
And when does this portion of the driveway get done?
So the steel coating, not till August.
Okay.
They're not gonna be until August. This is probably the last thing they do. I'm guessing. He's supposed to be calling me. I called him today and left him a message, so he's on vacation.
Okay.
Yeah. Everything's going good, seems like.
All right. If nothing else, we'll go to the clerk treasurer's office update.
So you remember that there was an application that you approved for Warm Belly Farms to have a Class B beer and Class C wine. What I learned from the Department of Revenue is that only restaurants can have Class C wine. So they basically have to get Class B beer and Class B liquor. So that's what they've applied for. Luckily for them, we don't have to charge them for a reserve Class B because two of the establishments that we had in place back in '87 when that whole thing started have closed. So we actually have two licenses that we can issue without them having to pay that $10,000.
How do you, where do you know that from? That the 10,000 is not paid?
I talked to the Department of Revenue.
And they actually said that?
Yeah, Class Bs are only for ones over and above the number of licenses that you had issued in, I think, December of 1987.
Yeah.
And we had 5 then, and 2 of them are gone. So we can
Okay, so
reissue those 2.
We've gone backwards.
We've gone
Yeah.
backwards.
Okay.
And so
So
we can reissue those 2 before we have to get.
And then the
into
next one would
reserves.
be the 10,
And then beyond
grand.
that, we would have to charge.
because the golf course did pay the 10 grand.
I know, and I'm not sure why.
Well, they did because that was a new license at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I
But I
I
don't
went through the
think,
whole thing
I'm
there.
not sure we had a reserve to issue. That's what I'm not sure, because we were supposed to have an additional 500 in population beyond what we had in '87, which we didn't. And so I don't understand how they calculated that we had one issue, but that's over and done with.
Yeah,
But no, the good news for Warm Belly is they don't have to pay 10,000. So there'll be a public hearing for that, and it'll be on your agenda on the 17th.
Okay.
So, and it's just for the pumpkin season, basically. They'll have a beer garden and wine there and cider. So
But they wouldn't be limited just to that time.
they won't be unless
No, they
unless
can do
you
what they
approve
want.
it that
Right,
way.
just like any other.
But if-
so how do we stop them from like staying with it? Well, we're gonna be open 365 days a year.
I mean, unless you put some limit.
You know what I'm saying? Because they didn't ask for that.
Right. So,
But, well, I understand why, because of the fact they thought that they could get by. However, I wouldn't fault them if they came back to say, hey, we want to be open
Yeah,
now because we've got the Class B.
but there'd be a lot more to putting a bar restaurant together than it would be
this
for
will
what they're
just-
doing.
this will just basically, I mean, the ticket is it has to be a separate entranced area, and they will have that. They can't just sell beer in the pumpkin patch, you know, it's got to be a ticketed area, and that's what they'll have. And so I don't think that would be set up the rest of the year. He said someday they might put up another building and have their beer garden in that or something, but for now, it's just more of a fenced-in area, almost like a beer tent, you know, type of a situation. But it does have to have controlled access compared to the whole rest of the operation. So you'll see it in here from him on the 17th.
17th. Okay. Board reports and communications. I don't have anything.
I have a few things to share from the Chamber of Commerce meeting on the 22nd. The host was One Community Bank, and I didn't know anything about them. They're building a new bank here, but they're from Oregon originally, and then they expanded to McFarland and Cottage Grove, Sun Prairie, and Wanakee. So it's Dane County, basically. Marketplace Day will be July 15th from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. in the Piggly Wiggly parking lot. And there will be lots of different booths by the chamber members. August 17th, they're doing something new this year. It's called Community Night Out in Cottage Grove. And it will be in Phoebe Bakken Park. From 4 to 7, they will have food trucks. So you can have a meal there. You can watch a movie that will be on the rugby field. And the splash pad will be open for kids to enjoy. So Community Night Out, August 17th. The Village of Cottage Grove Parks and Rec Department talked about some of their park activities, and their Public Works Department showed a drone video of the roads that need repair and the work they're going to be doing, which was kind of interesting.
Are they going to fix them though?
They said.
Good point.
So.
You gotta
And
get a drone now.
it was at the chamber.
Can't make that motion. It's not an-
I'm not making it, okay? We're just here for
Dan-
discussion.
Dan can borrow mine.
Yeah, right.
Anyway, it was at the chamber meeting that the Lions Club that sponsors the Scouts had a representative that talked about this young scout looking for a project.
Yeah.
And so that's where I got the idea. That's where we learned about it. So that's the news from the June 22nd chamber meeting.
Yeah, they meet in Flint Hall.
Yes.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay, that's it. That's all I have.
Okay. Committee reports. We didn't have a landfill,
No.
but they are doing their testing on the 10th. And he's
Get the
gonna
weeds out.
get the weeds out. On the Cottage Grove Fire District meeting, we met to talk about upgrading the security for the building going Bob's, is it? Bob's. Coming back with
It's
pricing on that.
yeah, basically twice as much as we wanted to spend.
We were gonna go with fobs, not codes.
No,
What's the rationale?
You're gonna be chasing those things all over the
To
county.
create a safe workplace for all.
Yeah,
How does it change
the
the
grid
safe?
blocks that they just.
because right now they have to take a computer around
Those will get lost.
to every door.
No,
Or no,
that's what they
that's
would
what,
have.
that's what the cheapest way that we could get
Are they
it.
doing a keychain style or are they gonna do the card style?
Card style, I thought.
I thought it was cards.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
But
That's nice, so you can just leave it in your wallet. and
You
log
have
in.
to
The
leave
curling
your
club.
card when you leave.
Yep.
Right? It's
Actually,
worked good at the curling club for years and years. The cards,
Yeah.
yeah. Easy to program besides, and you gotta have a programmer, you know,
Well,
in your group.
But
and-
this is like, we've gotta spend $1,000 per lock. And then it's $100 every year after that to upgrade it.
the proposal that was
Software.
originally given to us was sketchy.
Yeah,
Not from the standpoint of lacking in details. And,
We wanted more details.
correct. And there was concerns raised by some of the other members of the commission about the quality of the equipment that was in the proposal. I guess from personal experience, professional experience from one of the other members. And based upon the cost of the proposal that we were given versus going the next step up and the increase in ease of accessibility, quality of equipment, and so on and so forth, we asked that they come back with the next step up to see truly how much more it was going to cost and also basically get more for our money as opposed to this entry-level system that we were.
And is it limited to only a few doors that they would need
Yeah,
the box for?
They were only
They
doing
would be
6, wasn't it?
5, I
You
thought.
actually need that many doors over there
Yeah.
done with a fob?
There's 2 on this side.
It's amazing.
3 to main
EMS,
EMS.
the drugs is 4. The one that goes out to the trash is 5. And then they were gonna do 1 in the basement, wasn't it?
Correct.
Yeah.
You know where the old dispatch for the police was?
So it was 6.
Correct.
Was all that they were going to do.
And everybody would be, they would all be if you had a fob, you could get in all of those doors.
Correct. If you didn't have your card, you would.
Well,
Well, like
I'm
the
not
drug room,
sure that they would let you in EMS quarters.
right on the
Or
drug room, it would be
drugs.
by individual, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Additionally, the front door, the big double door, would still be accessible with the current keypad, like for the public officials and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That one they were not going to change, because everything else going into the bays and everything else would be under key control.
So then the question came up, should we be looking at our village and town halls?
Oh, Jesus.
Kim, do you feel safe? I mean, I don't mean to put you on the spot.
Chris asked me about this the other day. I'm not a good one to ask because I don't generally not feel safe. I'm not worried about stuff like that, but I have other people working in the building that might feel differently now, so I'm not gonna speak for them.
Okay.
So I guess, like I said, if it was just me, I'm not somebody that worries about that kind of stuff much. But
We could make it a Boy Scout project. No, okay, anyway, this is discussion again.
Going back to Public Works, I see we got an email that the playground equipment at Kennedy Hills is all up. And you were, no, it's not? I
No,
thought
I
they
talked
said
to-
they were done.
I talked to him on the phone. It's not all up yet, but the main part of it's done. The chips will be here at the end of the week.
Oh, okay.
I told them they needed to go back around and make sure all the bolts are in and they're tightened. We found at least 6 that weren't tight.
whoa.
And then we found 2 that were missing completely. And then the canopy part and then a couple of the bars or whatever weren't on.
Never happened on mine.
And he said they'll be getting put on here soon.
Okay. And you're having the mulch or whatever.
We'll get the mulch in regardless, but I told him before any kids can play on it or anything like that, all the bolts have to be put in and tightened, so.
Okay,
I just reminded him that it's his kids playing on it.
yeah, okay.
So,
Did they end up putting up additional pieces that you approved?
they did. Them look all right.
Okay.
It looked good.
Is there anything else under fire?
Mhm.
Did you have something?
No, I'm just here to partake and listen.
Okay.
Yeah.
The next item is consider adopt a motion to convene in closed session pursuant to Wisconsin statute section 19.85, parent 1, parent E, deliberating or negotiating the purchase of public properties, the investing of public funds, or conducting other specified public business whenever competitive or bargaining reasons require a closed session. Developers agreement with RG Houston Incorporated, Village of McFarland's request to participate in Dane County landfill proceedings.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Duplace, second by Williams. Unger.
I,
Anders. Hampton, aye. Williams.
Aye.
Duplace.
Aye.
And would you lock?
Yep, sure.
nice seeing you.
No, are you on the phone? Are you caller 1 and online?
You need to notify people when you reopen into open session.
No, somebody will come and unlock the door.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll stay.
Oh,
I don't know who this caller 1 is. I'm trying to figure out if it's Bill.
If it's who?
Bill Cole. Bill, are you there?
Kim, I'm here. I'm under William Colva.
Yeah.
She is a yes.
I'm gonna lock it so nobody else can get in, but I'm not sure who caller one is.
To clean rowing club with her husband.
Oh. He was,
No,
sheriff's deputy.
Caller one, can you identify yourself, please?
that's not you, okay. I'll kick them off.
Okay.
Figure out how. Bill, I thought maybe you are using the phone for audio.
No, I may, if this breaks down, but so far it's been, the Wi-Fi's been holding up.
Okay, now I'm gonna stop recording.
This conference will now be recorded.
All right.
She just went out of the office.
Thank you.
Did you bring us coffee back or?
I didn't know how long you were gonna take, man. Could have brought pizzas for you.
Next item is consider action concerning a developer's development agreement with RG Houston Company.
Make a motion, we send the document to, that what we're looking at,
Yeah.
to Houston's, right?
Second.
Motion by Fonger, second by Duplay to have Attorney Cole send the developers agreement discussed tonight to RG Houston and their attorneys. Any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Consider action concerning the Village of McFarland's request to participate in Dane County landfill proceedings.
I'd make a motion that we would support McFarland's request, provided the city and the county, city of Madison and the county also support it.
Motion by Anders. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Fonger to support
Support
the inclusion
Yes.
of the Village of McFarland to participate in the Dane County landfill proceedings if
The city and the city and the county also approve.
also.
Because either way, any,
Anders,
yes,
second by Fonger.
Correct.
Discussion?
I'm still at, I don't like this whole thing. I'm sorry.
All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, same sign.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. Our next meeting is on 7/17. I'm assuming you want to have Ellers there, Nick and Mark for that public hearing.
Yes. This is something else.
And
We adjourn.
motion by Duplay. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Williams. It's non-debatable. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Thank you, Bill.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you for hanging out.